Back in 2003, have a look at the link. Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying fly, Eagles, fly, as they get ready to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. Shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this will go to Carson out wide. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down. Now, this defense for the Eagles, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
Second and 11. They'll roll him out right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. There he goes, right side.
Oh, my goodness.
And all the way in, touchdown, Seattle. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He'll look downfield for Waller. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Darren Waller with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The extra point now coming from Myers. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect? And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Darrell Taylor able to get him for a loss of about 3. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Now back to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Touchdown, Philadelphia! Tony Pollard, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead will shrink to 6. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Seahawks. Tyler Lockett, 81 yards. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. Now Myers for the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And the drive starts with a completion left side. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
I I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 57 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
2nd and 4. Oh, a strip. The ball comes out, and the Seahawks have picked it up. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
They'll drop to throw. Able to find Walter. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Mariota going to run the option right. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the 1st down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head. His head coach, or probably his agent too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Eagles 7. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Pulls it in at the 13. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a third down coming up. Back to throw here. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on fourth down. They'll go with a keeper. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Probably helps your confidence level on those fourth down sneaks to have a quarterback as tall as he is.
Yeah, you're talking about being able to extend at the end and make sure the ball gets to the first down marker. But also, he has to be able to drop his hips and get down behind that offensive line in order to move forward. Because if he just runs it straight up and down, you and I both know that they'll snap him backwards. Well done there, well executed.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run left with Pollard. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 67 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. Trying to run for it with Pollard. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott.
They live for this.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the route is on here in this first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Here's Mecole Hardman. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. ready at the line. This Philly offense set to go. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender. From there, he doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead will swell by one more. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll look to throw here. He's going to look deep for Watkins. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Philadelphia. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there. Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead drops from 34 down to 27. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Here's Moore. He will return it. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
And now they're just looking to add to that total. So no gain on the play. They'll decline the penalty to not give them the down back.
And were you thinking to yourself that maybe they would take the yardage there?
Yeah,
because
possibly.
I definitely was. But as you noted, maybe they're just looking at the downs chart and saying, okay, we're comfortable where we are.
Well, a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. They'll set up a throw. That one taken in by Dwayne Eskridge. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. They'll look to throw again. Got a man. It's Darren Waller.
I'm the best in the game.
And he takes it all the way down to the 3. It's a big play there for Seattle. And that last throw right there putting him already over 3,000 passing yards now for the campaign.
And given where we are in the season, Brandon, you have to think to yourself, if he stays healthy, I think 4,000 is a given. I think 5,000 is not out of the question if he stays high.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it?
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
They go back to Carson here on second. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. They'll try to run with Carson. And Carson unable to make it to the yellow line as the defense bottles him up. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Myers able to knock it through. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. Here's Hardman on the return. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Pollard again. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by the Seahawk defense. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I got him. 56, the mic, boys. 56. In your face. 56, the mic.
Looking to throw. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Now it's Lockett. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Now it's the backup Mariota. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down.
Check 24. Watch 24. Check 13. Check 13.
He'll drop to throw. Slide it. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. Now here's Michael Dixon. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough, because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Alton Robinson showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Mike's by 4, Mike's by 4, Mike's by 4. Watch the curve.
Back to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 45. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, into a sea of defenders, and intercepted. Picked off at the 12, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. So now it appears they're going to accept the penalty, which means take away the interception. Also means keep your defense on the field. Don't understand this one bit.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And his throw here's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Dancing to his left. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Eagles. Quez Watkins, 89 yards. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit. But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money. They're going to try and run. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Right back to Waller. He's got it this time. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think that
blitz coming, and down he goes.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They'll set up to throw. And the pressure gets to him again.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today. But on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Pollard going to try the right side. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch the defense.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Going deep here for Watkins. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play there for Philly. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And that's a rare bright spot in what's overall been a pretty poor showing so far. But you've got to figure when you're down a bunch, why not take some big shots? And they connect on that one.
And the final readout on next-gen stats, remarkable. That ball traveling close to 80 yards in the air. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. Now here's Pollard. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
A give, the first man through, Gillespie of the fullback. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. 4th down now after a loss of 2. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with a football. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They run again with Carson. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. They're going to look to throw. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And some room to roam now. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. The passing game continues to be their friend, even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles. They're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame him?
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. He'll look to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. And a lot of talent on this Eagle defense, and you've seen it on these last 2 plays, both losses.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. 3rd and short yardage, Mariota. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll go option to the short side. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Now Carson fumbles the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. 30, the 20. And it's a defensive return for a late touchdown. So they still need somewhat of a miracle here, but at least that gets them a little bit closer. So the Eagle offense coming on here as they'll try for 2 points. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples throughout a ball game. Here's a great example right there.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, and suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of the defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, that has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On play action, they'll throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. Yards on the return following a punt of 41. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Deshaun Elliott.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Back to throw now on first down. Catch is made by Hardman. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw here. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles get a score closer. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive interception, this drive the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounce back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Seahawks. And it would appear they're on their way to victory now. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
He hits his target, Lockett. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing